So I want to highlight, first of all, as a pastor, what my duties and my primary responsibilities are in this ministry. And there are four foundational things that I am responsible for. Number one is leading. Number two is feeding. Number three, raising capital. Number four, guarding culture. Those are my primary responsibilities. Out of the four, leadership is probably the most demanding. Not that it's just so draining, it's the thing that consumes the most of my time, in particular away from my family, because I can't hear God in crowds. I really don't hear him clearly around people. And then there are times when he does speak, and when I am around people, sometimes the opinion of people kind of clouds his voices. So it bears on my family that there's times that I have to just steal away, go to the mountain so that I can hear him, because I want to provide clear vision for the people. I am to lead. Not only do I lead, but I feed. I'm not the primary communicator in this. I'm not the only communicator, but I am the primary communicator. What that means is the majority of the times on Sundays, you're going to hear my voice. And even when you don't hear my voice on a Sunday, I had something to do with the message, whether I crafted it or I critiqued it to fit the spiritual diet of EMCC. There's not a voice that comes on this platform or an individual that speaks to us that has not been well vetted. So never think because I'm not, and there are many of you who don't, and I'm glad for that, but there are some who won't come if they know I'm not preaching. And I need y'all not to do that, because when you do that, you make me a god, and God has a way of demoting other smaller gods. So don't get me in trouble with the Lord. The Bible declares, in the year King Uzziah died, I saw the Lord. Uzziah was a good king, and he was so glorious, he stood in God's way. Everybody shout, don't do that to Pastor. I lead, I feed, I raise capital. I am the primary one that's responsible for the financial well-being of EMCC. Watch this, not just for the reality of us paying our bills now, but making sure that we have the necessary capital in the future. If God speaks to us and tell us to do anything, we already got the provision to match the vision that he's showing us. Can somebody say amen to that? I'm never going to ask for a gift that I'm not giving myself. I'm never going to ask you to do anything. And if it's a big ask, I won't put that on anybody else to buffer. I'll always be the big one, or the one that asks for the big gifts. I'll never bring a preacher in here to raise money for me. And even when I have a revival, I don't even want my evangelists raising their own offering. I will do that myself personally, so they can keep their motives pure in blessing people. And I will worry about whether we met the budget or not. Finally, guarding culture, that is one of my primary responsibilities as well. When we speak of culture, culture is the shared way of life of a group of people. It is how it feels, everybody shout feels. It's how it feels to belong, serve, grow in an organization. Now, I want y'all to help me just for a moment. I have 10 unhealthy cultures that I want to describe, and I want you to participate, and this is what I want you to do. As I am highlighting the definition of these 10 unhealthy cultures, I want you to think of your family of origin, maybe your current family. I want you to think of previous schools that you have attended, work environments, or church environments, this one that you're in right now, or maybe a previous, and see are there any elements of these unhealthy cultures that you can identify in past or present organizations. So here's the first unhealthy culture. Number one, a toxic culture where fear, blame, manipulation, or control dominate. Number two is a fear-based culture where people comply to avoid punishment rather than from conviction. I'm going to do it because I don't want mama to say nothing. I'm going to do it because I don't want them looking at me crazy. I'm going to do my job because I don't want to get fired. Shame culture, where mistakes are exposed without grace. Image is protected over people. Number 4, power is centralized, questioning is discouraged. So in this culture, you just do what you're told and you don't ask any questions about your orders. 5, silencing culture. Concerns are dismissed. Disagreement, any disagreement is labeled as disloyalty. Number 6, performance culture. Value is tied to output, gifting, and visibility. So we appreciate you based on what you do, and if you don't do anything, you get no celebration. 7, burnout culture. Overwork is normalized. Rest is subtly shamed. 8, avoidance culture. Conflict and sin are ignored rather than addressed redemptively. 9, transactional culture. People are valued for what they give, not who they are. So you know who the favorites are, the ones that give the best Christmas gifts. 10, and finally, a clique culture. Insider relationships matter more than character or calling. In a church, influences stay within a small inner circle. In family, one child is favored over the others. In business, promotions go to insiders. In school, social groups or favoritism exclude others from belonging or opportunity. So culture is how it feels to be a part of the church, the organization, the school, how it feels to be in your house. The core values form the development of the culture. When we speak of core values, we focused on it last week, but I want to highlight core values are determined by what is repeated, what is rewarded, what is corrected, and what is overlooked. There are some of us that have unhealthy cultures in our houses. We got unhealthy cultures in our jobs, unhealthy cultures in school, and I won't be naive. The reason I'm talking about this is because I'm seeing some cultural shifts in this house. And the reason there is some unhealthiness in the church, unhealthiness in your house, your family, in your business, your school, is because there have been some core values that have surfaced that supports the unhealthy culture that you have. There have been, what do you mean? That ain't what we're about. Well, the core values is not what you put on the wall, it's what you practice. Core values is not what you say, it is what you correct when something is wrong. Core value is not what it is what you choose to overlook, which becomes important in your business, in your family, or in your church. The man of God, the Apostle Paul, he writes to the church of Corinth, and this is how he starts out his letter. He says to them in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 5 and verse 7, he says, in him you have been enriched in every way with all kinds of speech and with all knowledge. Verse 7, you do not lack any spiritual gifts. So he says, man, y'all are gifted. Y'all got it going on. I mean, y'all prophesy, y'all speak in tongues, you operate in the power gift, you have word of wisdom, you have word of knowledge. Like y'all really do have it going on. But I want to pause for a second because this, out of 16 chapters, this is the only positive thing he has to say about the church, is that you gifted. After highlighting their gifts, this is what he's going to say, chapter number 1, verse number 11. My brothers and sisters, some from Chloe's household, have informed me that there are quarrels among you. Chapter 3, verses 1, he says, brothers and sisters, I could not address you as people who live by the Spirit, but as people who are still worldly, mere infants in Christ. 3, you are still worldly, for since there is jealousy and quarreling among you, Are you not worldly? Are you not acting like mere humans? He's going to say in chapter number 5, this blows my mind. He says, it is actually reported that there is sexual immorality among you, and of a kind that even pagans do not tolerate. A man is sleeping with his father's wife, and you proud of it. He's going to tell him, chapter number 11, verse number 18. He says, it sounds as if more harm than good is done when you meet together. In essence, he said, you just shouldn't have a family reunion. You maybe you should stop coming to church. Just stop meeting. Just close it down. I don't know. Maybe your business just ought to operate. Maybe your family, it's more harmful coming together than it is good. So what he did, he took 15 chapters to highlight all of this craziness, and he publicly highlights all of the things that are countercultural, all of the things that are contributing to an unhealthy, unsustainable culture. And then when he gets to chapter number 16, he does something. He highlights what the core values should be in this local church. When he gets to chapter number 16, he says, be on guard. And how many know we all should be guarding culture? He says, be on guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in what, y'all? The foundation of what this church should be doing. He said it should be love. The reason, my God, the reason that we're having problems in Corinth is because people love themselves more than they love each other. And then he's going to tell them something crazy. Verse number 15, you know that the household of Stephanus were the first converts of Achaia, and they have devoted themselves to the service of the Lord. KJV says they have addicted themselves to the service of the Lord. Now, addicting themselves or devoting themselves to the service of the Lord doesn't mean that they're just good church members. What he is doing, he is speaking against the countercultural behavior that's going on in the church of Corinth. He's saying that Stephanus and his household have chosen to serve God's people rather than their own interest. So what it would look like, chapter number 5, it would look like that Paul is talking about this one guy who is an elder in the church that won't say nothing to the son that's sleeping with his father's mother. And the reason he won't say nothing is because you ain't interested in serving people. You interested in preserving your own reputation and preserving your own image. It would look like him talking to those women in chapter number 11 who will not wear their head dressing, which was a sign of marital fidelity. It was like wearing a wedding ring, and they were walking around like, I can do whatever I want to do. That don't mean nothing. That's what the Romans do. We ain't got to wear that. But Paul says it looks like you're not really serving God's people. You just serving your own interests. He would be talking to the people in chapter number 14 that's prophesying and dominating the platform and their prophetic words and won't give room to the other prophets. He's talking to the individual that's ministering an entire message in tongues with no interpretation. He's saying that you are serving yourself. You're only edifying yourself, and the other people are going lacking. He would highlight the people that's taking private communion sessions and they're eating and getting drunk, and he's saying the rest of the congregation is starving because you having communion at home. Stephanus has addicted himself to the ministry of the saints. He has chosen to deny self-interest to build the entire body. So if we're gonna be a good church, Corinth, what we have to do is lay as a core value loving others opposed to loving yourself. So I'll be honest with you. I'll be very honest. For the past couple of weeks, I've been doing something that I don't like doing. I don't like doing it. But it's in line with what Paul has done these past couple of chapters, because, watch this, the elder that was guarding his own little feelings and not getting involved with that situation, when he got this letter, everybody knew he was talking about him. You understand what I'm saying? The prophet, the tongue speaker that's giving all this prophetic utterance and speaking in tongues with no interpretation and leaving full and edified, and everybody else is like, well, what God say? Like when they received that letter, they knew Paul was talking about them. The woman that was heading up all the other women that were like, oh, y'all ain't got to wear that. We know who he is. Yeah. When they received the letter, that woman knew she was talking about them. I've been doing something for the past couple of weeks I really don't like doing. Here is my flow. When I see something in the church, and an individual doing something, what I like to do is go to them directly and say, hey, bro, why we doing that? Sis, why we doing that? But I chose not to do that this time. I chose to publicly deal with countercultural things that are poisoning what God is trying to establish here at EMCC. Why are you doing that, Pastor? Because I'm warning that this is against our culture. It is against who we are as the church. So I'm going to follow the same pattern that Paul, not only did he highlight the countercultural things, he took the last chapter to say, and this is my last chapter, he took the last chapter to say, these are our core values. Love is our core value. Commitment to edifying each other as opposed to just edifying ourselves. That is our core value. So what I want to do as a church, I want to highlight the core values. For those that's coming to new members class 3, this is part of class 3, and you'll get the rest of it when you come back there and holler at your boy at the church. It's an interesting part because I teach what I'm getting ready to teach. I teach this in new members class. So all the new members know, like, this is what we're about. These are our core values. So when I correct you, I'm not picking on you. All I'm saying is what you're doing is countercultural. That's not how we flow in this house. Welcome to class 3 of new members class. The core values at EMCC are 4. Watch this. Family, honor, excellence, and joy. And it's sad because some of that's your first time, and it's my fault. That's your first time hearing that, like the core values of EMCC. Yeah, but so when you say core values, how do you highlight a core value in the church? What do you speak on the most? You can go to any church in America and listen to a year's worth of a pastor's preaching, and in his message, he's going to highlight what the core values of the church either are or what they should be. In this church, every single Sunday when we close out, what we say, y'all? That do what, y'all? There it is right there. Everything we say and do. Yeah. Yeah. Every time First Lady grab that mic and she getting on to something, that ain't done right. All she's saying is, it ain't excellent. Usually when I'm dealing with stuff, with attitude, especially with my leaders, my ministers, my deacons, walking around like they sucking on sour lemons, that immediately gets my attention. Because I'm saying, where is your joy? Like these are important to this house. These are the core values of DMCC. Let's explain this. Family, number one, we belong to one another, not just attending together. Like we belong to one another. So this is what we should be practicing. Caring for people beyond Sunday. And that's not just a pastoral thing. That should be a fellow brother and sister thing. Brother Bell was in the hospital last week, and I went to go see him, and I was so blessed. About the time I got there, he was telling me about everybody who had called and checked on him. He said he was getting phone calls at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Are you okay? Intercessory team. Because like if we're going to be family for real, we just can't show up. Don't let this be like your family reunions. Like you don't talk to them until we come together once a year or until somebody die. Like if we family, let's be family for real. We got to care for people beyond Sunday. Number 2, we got to learn names and stories. Names, everybody shout names, shout stories. Now, why is this important? Because there are some of you that have made a definitive assumption on somebody, and you don't even know their name, and you don't know nothing about them. And you have so-called used discernment, but your discernment, if you're going to call it discernment, at least check it out and make sure you're right. What is your name? Where are you from? What are your gifts? Where is your pain? We got to get to know one another. That means that sometimes we got to slow down and take our times. Sometimes that means me not coming to talk to you, Pop, but coming to find my brother. Hey, right there with the gray, silver, whatever that is shirt. Wave your hand. What's your name, man? Thank you for being here, Thomas. Can y'all bless the Lord for Thomas? Is this your first time being here? How many times have you been here? He a member, y'all. We got a 3-member clause, bro. You come here three visit clause. Yep. Learning names, stories, protecting unity without avoiding truth. Protecting unity without avoiding, correcting to restore, not to remove. So when I approach you, it ain't because I'm trying to get rid of you. Like we got to deal with something. It's actually, the preacher told me this years ago. He said, don't worry if your wife fuss. You should be worried if she stopped talking. It's a few of y'all understand what that means. Because when the sister stopped talking, that means she done. If she fussing, she's still trying. I just helped the brother out. So watch this. That means we got to guard against confusing family with enabling, letting closeness replace accountability. So just because we family don't mean that I don't check you. I don't, listen, if you're doing something wrong, I just overlook it. No, we're going to be accountable and we're not going to enable. Number 3, it means we don't disappear when struggle comes. Like if we family, you don't stop showing up just because you're going through. Shoot, the reality is, how many of us, like right now, going through something in some area right now? Somebody got 2 hands and my girl put a foot up, y'all. We don't disappear when we're struggling. Number 2, honor. We choose to see and affirm the God-given value in every person, regardless of role, gifting, or agreement. That is so good. That is so good. Y'all have heard me say many times that I care more about your soul than your gift, because I honor you as an individual that's been created in the image of God. So this is what we should be practicing, speaking well of people publicly and privately. Publicly and privately. Here's the wisdom. If I have something negative to say about somebody, I need to go tell them. Gossip is countercultural. Gossiping is against our core values. If you got a problem with somebody, you should talk to them. Redirecting gossip toward reconciliation. So this is not just for the gossiper. This is for the person that finds themselves always hearing and listening and stirring in the gossip. If people coming to you, then your responsibility should be to help reconcile, not feed the flames of the mess. We honor leaders for their calling and burden, not because they are flawless. And this is not just for me. This is for every individual who I have placed in a leadership position. We honor them because it is a heavy responsibility for whatever they're called to do. And no, they're not perfect. They're going to make mistakes. But we don't use imperfection as an occasion to show dishonor. Finally, our practice is we follow Matthew 18. Everybody shout Matthew 18. What is Matthew 18? If somebody sins against you, you go to them and them alone. You don't talk about it. You go to them and them alone. And if you have to vent, always everybody shout, vent up. Vent up. So this is what we guard against. Mistaking honor for flattery. Don't do that. Like, if they did not do a good job, you don't have to lie. Justifying dishonoring speech during disagreement. And then finally, poisoning others through venting. Oh, we got to cut that out. Secondhand smoke is the worst kind of smoke. Number three, pursuing excellence. Intentional improvement, not perfection. Everybody shout, not perfection. It's not perfection, it's intentional improvement. Here's the practice. We do our best. We do them before we're asked. We do more than expected. And we welcome feedback and course correction. Enough of this stuff of you doing something and don't want any critique at all. Yeah. I wrote a little book, and I asked my wife what she thought. Boy, she ate me up, y'all. She ate me up. And it did hurt my little feelings, yeah, but I was trying to like, yeah. But watch this. She wasn't wrong in what she was saying. Number one, it was something that she was right about and I already knew, but I'm not changing it because I'm not writing anymore. And then there was some things she was right about that, yeah, I need to go back and I need to course correct that. But watch this. The moment you begin to show signs that you can't handle feedback, people will start lying to you. People will no longer tell you the truth because they feel you can't handle constructive. Everybody shout constructive criticism. So we guard against slipping into performance-based value. In pursuing excellence, it's not that we're trying to do a great job so we can be applauded. No, we're doing right because it's right to do right. Are y'all with me in this place? Number four, we choose joy. This is who we are. Intentionally practicing gratitude regardless of circumstances. That means that we're going to be enjoyable. Celebrate wins, big and small. We refuse cynicism, sarcasm, and chronic negativity. We take responsibility for the room, for the atmosphere. We guard against faking it. Everybody shout, don't fake it. No. We're not faking it nor minimizing pain. This is what we're saying when we're choosing joy. We're saying even in the midst of a bitter situation, my attitude does not have to reflect what I'm currently going through. The Bible declares this is the day that the Lord has made. We will, y'all know the scripture, right? And be glad in it. So what I'm going through doesn't have to line up with happy-go-lucky. Whether it's a good day or what some would call a bad day. Everybody shout, I choose joy. Now, these are the core values of EMCC. Now, we are family. Everybody shout, we're family. Like we family for real. That is who we are. We honor one another. I ain't talking bad about you. I ain't talking behind your back. Family. We honor. We do our best in everything that God has called us to do. And we're open to constructive criticism when there's something that could be done better. We expect evaluation. After every event, one of the things that we do is we'll bring core volunteers together and we'll celebrate what we did right, but then we always ask the question, what could we have done better? We actually, staff, we ought to be doing that every Sunday before problems that are small become real big. There's some things that we could catch Monday if we just simply ask the question, what could we have done better? And then finally, we on purpose choose joy. Now watch this. This is how culture works. This is how culture works. This is how core values support culture. You have to acknowledge it when it's done well. You have to apologize when you miss the mark. And you have to forgive when someone admits to dropping the ball. If we will implement these three around family, honor, excellence, and joy, there is no way those 10 unhealthy cultures will ever become the dominant. Because watch this, There are several of them that are creeping in. There are one or two of them that's already been here for a while. And watch this, a guard of culture, one of my primary responsibilities, I am pushing them out. Told one of my friends yesterday, I said, the reason I got to minister this message is because if we don't do due diligence to shift the culture to where it needs to be, this is as big as we're going to get. This is as large as EMCC going to be if we don't adjust the culture to a more healthy atmosphere. So, if the core values really is like family for real, if we're supposed to really be honoring one another, if we should be choosing excellence and pursuing joy, if these are the four core values, how do we make sure that these four become the dominant feel of EMCC? That when I walk in the building, I can feel the love. When I come to the platform, no matter where I am, what song I sing or what order I preach or whatever, when I come into this building, I feel like I'm somebody, whether I have a title or not. What do we do to get people to y'all know how it is when you go to a hotel? Some of y'all are like me. When I go to a hotel, if I look at a towel, it's going on the floor. You understand? If I wake up at 7 o'clock, by 12 o'clock, all the towels are on the floor. I need a fresh, matter of fact, I usually go ahead and tell my the stewardess, whoever, go ahead and bring me extra towels because I'm going to need them. Like, I'm not going to use the towel more than one time when I'm in a hotel. But it ain't like that at my house. Sometimes my towel be like, please, not again. Well, you know what? Because that's my hot water. You understand? That's my electricity. That's my power that I'm using. And you tend to treat things different when it's yours. So in pursuing excellence, one of the reasons we lack in excellence is because, watch this, in a lot of you all's mind, this is still my church instead of our church. Watch this. Because it's my church, when something fall on the floor, you'll walk past it. You know why? Because this ain't your church. And you expect me to pick it up when I walk past it. You know why? Because you still believe it's. But the reality is, this ain't mine. This ours. Let me help y'all. Watch this. Y'all see these symbols? Look. Y'all see these symbols? This. Hey. This. Look at that. Y'all, can y'all bless the Lord for jail?
It's my church.
Because it's okay. I ain't gonna argue with him. Watch this. You see this? This is not Greg Jr.'s symbol. You want to know who this is? This is ours. Let me tell you why it's really ours. Because we bought this with the tithes that came in the church. So if you ever given anything, you contributed. But this is what we ask. It is ours, but I just need y'all to leave it here so we can use it when we need it. Can the church say amen? Because some of y'all from now go up, they be like, oh, that laptop, that MacBook, oh, let me get that. That's ours. I got some things I could. So this is what we got to do. Everybody shout, this is what we got to do. If we really going, if it's gonna be, my God, more than just something we put on the wall and put on the website, but we're gonna embody these core where they are visibly seen and tangibly felt. It's three things that we got to do. Like we got to be, I really need I want the whole house to hear me, but I really need my leaders to hear me. Every time you see someone in alignment with one of these 4 core values, you see them acting like a real family. You see them honoring one another for real, pursuing excellence, embodying joy. Every time you see it, you got to compliment it. You gotta compliment it. Right? We're getting ready to practice, and this is what I'm gonna ask you to do. Look to your neighbor, to the left and to the right. And in just a moment, I'm giving you time to think of something, and I just want you to give them a compliment. Some of y'all starting already. I ain't say go. Don't dishonor me, all right? All right? Y'all ready? You got your compliment? All right, give it to them right now. Thank you, dear. And I like your bow. That is very pretty. That is very pretty. Wow. Wow. All right, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. All right. Let me help you. Let me help you. I want to help you. Um Watch this. Ray, I appreciate you being here. As a pastor, it makes me feel good seeing you next to your wife. Thank you for being here. He clapping for himself, y'all. Watch this. I want to teach you how to give a compliment. Number 1, you state what they did. Number 2, you express how it made you feel. And then number 3, you conclude with an honor or appreciation for what they did again. So, Ray used to chase that dollar, y'all, on Sundays. Ray used to be under that car. I'm finna get this money. They owe me. I don't even know what this is under a car, but it looked like I'm working under a car, though. All right? So Ray said, you know what? I'm going to start making a sacrifice. I don't know if he's not working on Sundays. He's just not working in the morning on Sundays. And I'm going to be here worshiping next to my wife. So I acknowledge that. That's number 1. Number 2, I shared how it made me feel as a pastor. And then number 3, I came back to honor again that is how you pay someone a compliment. So this is what I need you to do. The person you just gave a compliment, I want you to compliment them again with those 3 steps. Number 1, acknowledge something about them. Number 2, that thing, how it makes you feel. Number 3, acknowledge it again and honor what they did again. Genesis. I really like your, whatever that thing is. You look very pretty, and I am honored to be your pastor. You look beautiful. Genesis. I said Genesis. Because she hollered at me, hey, pal, yeah. And so I paid her a compliment. That's number 1, acknowledge what they did. Number 2, how it made you feel, how it makes you feel, what it does to you. Because watch this. Here's some of y'all. Ooh, some of you all's household would be better if you learned how to compliment more. Because watch this. Now, my dad is actually good at this. And because when he tells me something that I've done, he always say, I'm proud of you, boy. And he'll tell me what I do. Watch this. Psychologically, me hearing and not just hearing what I did, how it makes him feel, it's like I want to make him feel that way again. So if I do something that resembles family, that reflects honor, that shows an attitude of gratitude, attitude of joy, that's a resemblance of pursuing excellence, somebody tells me, they share how my performance or my due diligence affected them. Psychologically, I'm more inclined to repeat more behavior, not just because I can receive a compliment, but that makes me feel good too. So, if you got your compliment that you gave, I want you to give it again, share what it is you appreciate, how does that thing make you feel, and then conclude it again with some affirming word. All right, go now. Good stuff. Good stuff. Watch this. Watch this. Number two. Number one, the way we enforced our core values as the primary culture. We have to recognize it when people do it right. Number two, you actually have to apologize when you do it wrong. I was in a meeting a couple of weeks ago, and in the meeting, it was a guy, he was sharing how he apologized to his kids. Listen, watch this. He was just sharing his story of apologizing to his kids. And while he was sharing his story, two ladies in that meeting broke down in tears. And when they finally got themselves together, this is what one of them said. That's all I wanted to hear from my daddy. So I'm sorry. She went on to explain how all she got was an excuse for why he did what he did. And even worse, sometimes why it was her fault why he did what he did. But never accepted responsibility and simply said, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Look to your neighbor to the right and to the left, and this is all I want you to say. I apologize. I need y'all to hear me. I need y'all to hear me. Ooh. Watch this. Watch this. Every relationship that you have manifests in two forms: a physical relationship and an emotional relationship. Physical relationship is how you, that's not sexual necessarily, but it's just how you physically interact with the person. Emotional relationships is how you feel interacting with the person. There's some of you all who think you have a good relationship because the person is physically there, when the strength of the relationship is not on physical location, but on the emotional feel of the relationship. And the reason some of you all, your relationship like is not what it could be is because the emotional work of applauding when things are done right and apologizing when you're wrong. These are emotional things. And if you don't do these things, then although physically you in the same house. So let me show you how to apologize. Number one, you state what you did. Number two, you state how it made you feel, because people want to know that you actually felt sorry for hurting them and not that you're just apologizing because you got caught. So number one, I'm stating what I did or did not do. Number two, I know where I'm at. They said number three. I ain't lost. I just had another thought that came to mind. Number one, I'm stating what I did. Number two, I'm letting you know how I felt. Number three, I'm reaffirming my sorrow to you. So here it goes. Pop, you said to me the other day that King had came over, help you with the fence. And when you said that, like it was something that's pierced my soul, because I've been saying for like 4 weeks, I need to go over there. My plans was to really just help you, I plan to just do the whole thing. That was my plan. So I apologize for not being there to help you with that fence. I really felt bad not making the time to support my dad, who has been a strong support in my life. So, Pop, I apologize to you, man. Yep. No, I ain't gonna cry. Leave me alone. Here's a question. Could you feel the sincerity? It's important. Whether I shed tears or not, like, I'm going to do what's necessary so that you can feel it. I'm not going to ask you to do that today to your neighbor. But the reality is, some of you need to leave this sanctuary and go do it. Here's an apology. An apology is not predicated on percentage of wrongness. If I have fault, I'm going to take responsibility for my fault. So what I said did not exemplify family. My tone towards you was not very honorable. I did not do my best on this assignment. And I have been very, very negative and cynical about everything, every idea somebody brings to me. So I'm confessing I hadn't been acting like a real big brother, like a real cousin. I hadn't been very joyful. I hadn't been giving my best, my attitude. And watch this. I feel bad for knowing that I've been acting like this. And I can point to a bunch of reasons why Well, I think I have, but none of that matters because my actions hurt you. And I want you to know I apologize. There's some of y'all, when you leave here, there's a phone call that you need to make. There's a text that you need. There's a house that you need to go visit where you need to, one, highlight what you did wrong without the expectation of them returning that favor. Let me hold it there because some of y'all are messing up in reconciliation because your apology is manipulative. You only admitting what you're doing wrong because you're trying to get them to admit. Here is the wisdom. It ain't just the wisdom, it's just the truth of what you should be doing. I'm doing this because I need an open line of communication between me and heaven. So I would like for this to be closer. However, just in case he be like, yeah, whatever. I see you trying to be a little pastor. You ain't have to do all that stuff you've been doing. You could have came over here and did this fence just in case he was there. It's okay. Because what I had to do wasn't just about him. It was about clearing this. I need y'all to hear. Because you can't speak rudely to people and think he gonna hear you. You can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. I want to apologize to everybody in here on the behalf of every rude, misbehaving, self-serving leader that used their title as power and leverage to control and manipulate you into doing things that they wanted you to do. I don't care what the office is, apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. None of us are lone rangers. All of us are called into community. Every office is called into community. Here's number 3. Number 1, this is how we build culture. You got to applaud and acknowledge when people do it right. You have to apologize when you do it wrong. Number 3, you have to practice forgiveness when people repent. This is what you don't do when it comes to forgiving. You never, everybody shout never. I'm done. You never forgive someone who has not offered you an apology. That's going to be hard for some of y'all. Let me clean it up. You never approach and verbally forgive someone who has not offered an apology. If you do that, you're finna make a mess and a fool of yourself. So I was driving up. When I was driving up, my sister-in-law was getting out the car, and she didn't even speak to me. But you know what? I apologize for you being mean this morning and not speaking to me. Now, the purpose of forgiveness is reconciliation. Do you think I just reconcile? I just made a mess. So you don't forgive. Ain't nobody offering no apology. This is what you do when somebody has offended you. Matthew 18, you go to them and you highlight their offense and give them an opportunity to recognize their wrong and then apologize. And I forgive you. I love you. I do. But here's the reality, along the line of offense. She really wasn't wrong. She was just getting out the car and didn't see me. So what that means is she don't really have the problem I do. So now I got to ask myself the question, what's the issue in my past that's highlighting this non-offense as an offense? So it might be some work that I don't need to do with her. I might need to go back to my own past and ask God, what woman, what whoever. It's a counseling session needed. Are y'all with me? I just wonder how many families. I'm done, y'all. Y'all give me that cute Christmas stuff y'all do. Oh, I just wonder. I'm done. How many families the atmospheres of households would be better if compliments, words of affirmation was a common thing. Apologies were a common thing. And forgiveness was a common thing. I wonder if that was like the core value of a family. Like this is a family where we are like in my house for real, like we gonna critique and we gonna correct. And I'm not against that. But what if the compliment of my son, my daughter, watch this, in their mind, outweigh my critique of them. I'm challenging myself right now. Like, what's up? My children. What if in their head I know my dad gonna say something, but I also know I ain't got a bad marriage, but I wonder if it could be better if I was more intentional to not just highlight what I don't like. And spent just as much, if not more time, highlighting what I do appreciate and love. I wonder what kid wouldn't have a problem being just a little bit more attentive, cleaning his room, if he knew, not that mama gonna get me if I don't, but man, my mama been good to me. She intentional to show, and I just show it, but to say it, that's the key. We ain't saying it enough. We just assuming people know we love them. We just assuming, and it's not that you don't. Do you know, how many know where Walmart is on 49? How many know? How many know? The question is, if everybody know where it's at, why they still doing commercials? Why they still advertising? You know why? Because they're not taking for granted that you're human. And although you know today, you may forget tomorrow. Although you know we're here today, another competing voice might take your time and attention. So if Walmart, a company that big, is putting that much in the advertisement to know that, hey, we thinking about you. We're rolling back the prices. Line. What would it do for your house as related to this message? I wonder what it would do for this house, for the people that serve, for the visitors that are coming in, for the children that are growing up and develop, if we was a little bit more attentive. So Father, in Jesus' name, God, I thank you in this moment, in this hour.